Notre Dame safety Kyle Hamilton is a friggin' unicorn. He's hard-hitting and just an intimidating safety who's great in coverage and owns the middle of the field. Like, that is his area. That is his space. No fly zone, nothing going on down there. And frankly, he might be the best player in the draft. I think you certainly could make a case. But there are a couple things working against him. Number one, he plays safety, which is a devalued position in terms of NFL draft capital. Number two, Hamilton's 40 times have not been that great. So at the combine, he ran a 4.59, and reportedly at his pro day, he was running in the 4.7s. Now, this is what bothers me about the combine and draft season and pro days and whatnot, where, hey, everyone watched the tape. Like, everyone has seen him on film at Notre Dame over the last 3 seasons. Speed, not really an issue. He's certainly not a blazer, but he checks the box. He definitely ain't slow. And all of this hype is like, oh, Kyle Hamilton is going to be a top 5 pick, maybe a top 3 pick. It's certainly a number 2 pick. But then all of a sudden, all these 40 times come in, oh, drop him down in the first round, which, frankly, if he gets to 12, I think the Vikings would be stupid not to take him. Of course, when has it ever worked out the Vikings drafting a Notre Dame safety? I don't know, man. But hey, the league being stupid could be the Vikings gang. So let's talk about Kyle Hamilton today. Background, 21 years young, just turned 21 on March 16th. Happy birthday. 6'4", 220, was a true junior, former 4-star recruit out of Brookhaven, Georgia. A career 138 tackles, 17 passes broken up, 8 interceptions, a partridge in a pear tree. Last season posted a 76.1 PFF grade over 7 games. Was dinged up, not an issue. But also had a dental floss prime Johan Santana ERA thin 42.3 quarterback rating when thrown at, which is pretty good. This is pretty good. Consensus All-American in 2021. And he's a phenomenal tackler, intimidator over the middle. I think that the Cam Chancellor comparisons are certainly there. I think that even though Cam Chancellor was a bad dude at his peak from back in the day of the Pride of Virginia Tech, I think that his ceiling is certainly much, much higher. He's not a headhunter as well, which is he hits in accordance with today's rules, which is extremely big as well. Plus, he matches up solid against tight ends. He is a bit of a tight end eraser, and I think that he does have the frame. He does have the frame to add some weight. So we're potentially looking at a Thomas Davis coming out of Georgia or an Isaiah Simmons coming out of Clemson situation where you have a guy listed at safety, but his true NFL position may be a weak side linebacker or something in the middle just making plays. Or hell, even his former Notre Dame teammate Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, who was drafted by the Browns when Kwesi Adofo-Mensah was in the front office. So for some stupid reason, he fell out of the first round, and the Browns picked him up in the second round just because he's a tweener. Sure. But I don't care. The whole thing's like, hey, this guy does not fit into this box, does not check these things. He's just a phenomenal player. Like I don't care if you play him at strong safety. I don't care if you bulk him up, play him at a roving linebacker. I do not care. Kyle Hamilton is a phenomenal player. He makes plays. Cater your scheme to him. What a novel concept, right? And with the whole 40-time revelations, plus some of the NFL draft insiders are reporting that maybe teams aren't as hot on Kyle Hamilton as the media is. I mean, he certainly could drop. Does he get to 12? Potentially, especially since there is such a need for cornerbacks as well as offensive tackles and certainly edge rushers. I think that a quarterback or two certainly could go in the top 10 or top 11 in front of the Vikings. So he may be in play. This may be a story where everyone and their mom had Kyle Hamilton as a top 3, top 4 pick, but then all of a sudden, but hey, the Vikings should certainly profit from the rest of the league being stupid. And if you look at the current secondary, I don't care. Like I don't care that Harrison Smith still has some good football left in him. Of course, Notre Dame connection right there. I don't care that Cameron Bynum looked great last year. Hell, here's what you do. Draft Kyle Hamilton, pair him up with Harrison Smith, even though they kind of are similar in style. And then you have Cameron Bynum either as a roving free safety or a third safety or a cornerback or whatever. I don't know. Just add more talent to this team. Like, I honestly do not care that he plays a devalued position. This is a bit of a, hey, don't draft Linderbaum because he's a center. A bit of a deal. It's like, oh, you can get a center later. Oh, last time we took a center, it was Garrett Bradbury. Even though Linderbaum is probably the best center prospect in the last 5 years, which there's so many things about the draft. There's so many there's so much groupthink and wrongthink and whatever think, and there's just this is how things have always been done. No, just stockpile great players. I do not care what position they play. I do not care if it's a position of need or not. Just get them in the building, adjust your scheme, let the coaches coach, and get after it, man. But Kyle Hamilton is just, he's just that dude. He is. Like, I understand that safety is devalued in terms of the draft, in terms of salaries as well. But Kyle Hamilton is going to be that difference maker. I think that he is going to be the sheriff on the back end of that defense, who is just going to make plays, is just going to intimidate offenses, and is just going to completely shut down the middle part of the field. But hey, if you don't want that, because he ran slow on a track, even though he was pretty damn fast on the turf at Notre Dame, which is notoriously not fast. So, again, whatever, man. But the Vikings need to draft Kyle Hamilton if and when he falls to 12. Hell, even if he falls out of the top 8, maybe they should consider moving up. Don't care. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.